And now for my favourite shoe of 2024. So this shoe wowed me from my first run and onto my last run, which I had just done yesterday, just to confirm if I still love the shoe that much. Everyone else is doing it, so I thought I'd better put out a video as well. These are my best shoes of 2024. I'm going to break them into categories. I'm going to go through my favourite race day shoes, daily trainer, most versatile, best shoe for recovery days, best shoe for long runs, the most versatile shoe, the best value for money. And I'm also going to talk about the shoes that disappointed me the most. But before we get into it, and if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So first of all, race day shoes. So I could not pick a favourite race day shoe of 2024 because I've actually got three. I actually can't split these shoes. So I've got a favourite shoe to race in for marathons, favourite shoe to race in for a half marathon, and also my favourite shoe to run in 10K, 5K. So first of all, I'm going to give you my favourite marathon racing shoe, and it is going to be the Nike Alpha Fly 3. So why do I like this shoe so much for a marathon? Well, it's all got to do with just how comfortable the shoe is, how well this upper fits me, and just these pods in the forefoot. So they really assist the way that I run. They really help my efficiency, and they really help me out in the later stages of the marathon. I find it really easily to lock into a pace into this shoe, especially around that marathon pace for me. I don't find them explosively fast, but yeah, they just hit that really nice spot for me in the marathon, and they're also nice and stable as well. So yeah, they really protect me in those later stages of the marathon. Next shoe is my number one shoe for the half marathon, and that is the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3. So this shoe actually took me by surprise. I didn't expect this shoe to be that good. So this is probably the bounciest of the race day shoes on the market, or the super shoes. I love this foam. I love the geometry. Yeah, and it's just a really explosive shoe that you feel really, really fast in. It's super comfortable as well. Yeah, it's just a really, really energetic ride. Perfect for that half marathon distance. So if I didn't have the Alpha Fly to run the marathon in, this would also be my next pick in the marathon. But I absolutely love this ride, very enjoyable. Yeah, you just feel super fast. The one little downside about this shoe is probably just the shape of the toe box. It's a little bit pointy in the front for me, but that is really a minor thing. The rest of the shoe is it's just banging, this shoe. So yeah, this one is a real winner. And last but not least, so 10K, 5K race day shoe. Now, I don't actually have the shoe here, but I've got its twin, and that's the Asics Metaspeed Sky Para. So this one's actually the Edge, but my favorite is the Sky. So any 5K, 10K race, I'm definitely reaching for the Sky, because that shoe is just explosively fast. It is just so light on the foot. Yeah, probably it feels the lightest on the foot out of all the race day shoes I've tested. Yeah, it's just explosive. The geometry of that Sky, so it's got that really late rocker. It really just gets me up on the forefoot, and I can really toe off, and I feel, yeah, just super fast. This new FF Turbo Plus foam is amazing. So it's a little bit softer than the previous FF Turbo, but it's just got more bounce. It's just got more responsiveness. I just love it. So why didn't I pick the Sky in the marathon? Because I know a lot of people do like it. Well, for me, it's just a little bit too narrow through the rear of the shoe. So I'm just afraid that I might get a little bit wobbly in the later stages of the marathon to pick the Sky. But if I only had the Sky to run in, I still wouldn't be disappointed on race day in the marathon, that's for sure. And next up is my favourite daily trainer of the year. So what I will mention though, I'm going to exclude the Asics Nova Blast 5 and also the New Balance 1080 V14. So both those two shoes have only just been released recently, and I hadn't had a good chance to run in those for the majority of the year. But what I did get to run in was the Asics Nova Blast 4, and that one was pretty much the top daily trainer of the year for me. However, it was overtaken by something that has got the most enjoyable ride that I think I've almost ever experienced. So we need to take price out of the equation here, because my favorite ride of the year, and this is my #1 daily trainer, is the New Balance Balos. So the ride in this shoe is like nothing that's out there. So I think I mentioned in an earlier review, it's got the softness of the 1080, it's got the bounce like the Nike Invincible, and it's got the geometry like the Mizuno Neo Vista. So this shoe it's just got the bounciest, most enjoyable ride. I love the geometry, how the rocker starts way back here, so it's really easy to get on no matter how fast you're going, and no matter what type of run you're running, this one can handle it. It has got some downside, so it's not, the outsole at the bottom is not going to be the most durable outsole, but it's still not going to really affect performance, and the upper could be better as well. It's got quite low volume, but I fixed that with going a half size up. But overall, this is my favorite daily trainer to run in. And next up is my favorite shoe for your recovery run. So when your legs are really beat up and you just want something to take the pounding out of the road, out of the pavement, you just need to save the legs. Now this shoe is very unique, and I have not experienced a ride like it ever. It is the Brooks Glycerin Max. So the midsole of this shoe is something, it's something that I have never experienced before. It has got the best shock absorption properties I think I have ever felt in a running shoe. You get no road feel in this thing. This DNA tuned midsole, it's very different to all other foams out there. For me, it feels a bit like jelly or jello. It's just really, really unique. It's got great traction, super comfortable plush upper. And this one would just, no matter how bad you're feeling, this one is just going to take all the pounding out of the pavement. It's an amazing shoe. It's an expensive shoe, but certainly the #1 recovery day shoe of the year. And next up is my most versatile shoe of 2024. So this is a shoe that if you're going away for the weekend and if you can only pack one running shoe, this is the shoe you take, because it'll be able to handle your workouts, your easy days, your long runs. This one can do it all. And my #1 versatile shoe of the year is the Nike Zoom Fly 6. So this shoe is absolutely amazing. The versatility in this shoe is unlike pretty much anything else out there. It's got a nice, soft, bouncy ride, and it's got a responsive forefoot as well. So this shoe, for me, can handle anything that I throw at it. It can handle recovery days, easy jogs, daily miles. It can handle your workouts. It can handle threshold. It can handle your long runs. It's super comfortable. Just an amazing, versatile shoe, and it comes in at a pretty good price point as well. And it's also coming from the Zoom Fly 5, which was absolutely a horrible shoe, and Nike have just come out of nowhere and delivered us this beauty. So the Zoom Fly 6 is the most versatile shoe of 2024. And next up is my favorite long run shoe of 2024. So what do I look for in a long run shoe? So first and foremost, it has to be super comfortable. So you got to be happy to wear this one on your feet for 2, 3, 3.5 hours. You can't get any hot spots, any blisters in it, so it just needs to fit you like a glove. It also needs to be really efficient. So it can't be so soft where it feels sluggish and that you're working too hard to go over to the next step. And for me, I don't like a shoe that's too firm either and too snappy on my long runs. I like something that's in the middle. So efficiency for me is the key. Now before I mention this shoe, I do want to mention a shoe that is not really classed as a long run shoe because it's a race day shoe, and that is the New Balance SC Elite V4. So I absolutely love that shoe. I love using that shoe in my long runs for my marathon builds because it was just so versatile. Felt great at jogging. It was nice and soft, nice and bouncy, and you could obviously pick up the pace when you wanted to. But I'm not going to include that one in my long run shoe of the year because it's a super shoe. But my pick for the long run shoe of the year is the Mizuno Neo Vista. So this shoe, it ticks all the boxes that I mentioned before. So it's just soft enough, but it's not so soft that it's sloppy for me. It's a super efficient shoe. It's so smooth, and it can certainly handle the pace when I want to pick it up. But yeah, just the comfort and the smoothness of this shoe, it's just amazing. Love this shoe. This is my pick for the long run. Next up is the shoe that gives you the most bang for your buck. So the best value for money shoe of 2024. For me, this one is a super easy one because nothing can come close to the Adidas SL2. So this shoe in Australia, I think it's only like $180. So it's pretty much unheard of, and it's got super foam in it. This shoe, again, super versatile, great daily trainer, feels great to go slow. You can pick up the pace in this shoe. And again, the price point of this shoe is just amazing. So yeah, if you're on a bit of a budget out there and you want a great quality running shoe, the Adidas SL2 is for you. And next up, just a quick chat about the shoe that topped the leaderboard. So this one didn't win any of my categories, but it's still worth a mention. So that is the Asics Noosa Tri 16. So why did this shoe top the leaderboard? And that's just because it didn't really have a weakness. So it comes in at an amazing price point. It has got an amazing, super comfortable, super breathing, high quality upper. The outsole, it's got an amazing Asics grip outsole, so it doesn't falter in any conditions. The ride, so the ride is rocker. Now, I'm biased with a good rocker, and especially an early stage rocker. The Noosa has this early stage rocker that just works for my foot strike. So in the ride department, this one got all the ticks. So, and it comes in at a super lightweight as well. So all the categories that I match it up against, this one, I think it was scoring 8s or 9s the whole way. As I said, it doesn't really have a weakness. It's probably a real weakness. It just does lack wow factor. So if this had super foam in it and a bit of a plate, this shoe would be like a 10 out of 10 shoe, like just amazing. But it doesn't have that. It's still just got the FF Blast, but that's just enough because that's all you need. But yeah, this shoe represents great value. As I said, it's lightweight, nice rocker on it. You can just tick the legs over effortlessly in this thing. And again, the grip, it doesn't falter in any conditions either. So no real weakness in shoe. So I need to give a big shout out to the Asics Noosa Tri 16. But before we get into my favourite shoe of 2024, I will just mention my biggest disappointment of the year, and that was the Nike Pegasus 41. So I'm not sure if you've seen my reviews on that one, but that one for me just didn't actually feel like a running shoe. So the forefoot of that shoe, where it had air zoom units in the forefoot, but it was just so thin, the ride was so harsh, that new React X foam just didn't work. The pitch felt super high, felt like I was walking on high heels. Yeah, it just really didn't feel like a running shoe for me. So yeah, that shoe was a massive disappointment, especially because that is Nike's flagship running shoe, but I'm not too sure of how many runners actually do run in that running shoe, but there's certainly lots better options out there from Nike. And now for my favourite shoe of 2024. So this shoe wowed me from my first run and onto my last run, which I had just done yesterday, just to confirm if I still love the shoe that much. Now, there is pretty much no weakness in this shoe. It is a little bit expensive, and I have already mentioned it, believe it or not. And my favourite shoe of 2024 is the Mizuno Neo Vista. So this shoe, yeah, is, if I had to choose one shoe, only to run in one shoe for the rest of next year, it's going to be the Mizuno Neo Vista. This ride, as I said before, for the long run, it's just so smooth, it's just so efficient, it's so comfortable. The upper looks a bit weird and it's a bit thick, but it just works for me. It's got no padding in it whatsoever, but yeah, it just fits my foot like a glove. I've got an amazing lockdown in it. I barely need to use these laces. Yeah, I can stand around in this thing all day. When I do my long runs in this shoe, it just melts the K's away. So yeah, I love the geometry here, what they've done. The smooth speed assist that they've got in this, it is perfect for my foot strike. So the main part of the rocker is more in the middle of the shoe, just like the Bellos. It's not a late rocker, and it's not one of the traditional early stage rocker. It's further back, sort of where your ankle is in the shoe, and it's just a nice gentle roll off. But for me, I haven't experienced a smoother ride than this, and I am really looking forward to that new Mizuno Mystery. I think it's the Mizuno Neo Zen that's dropping. I think it drops today. And also the Neo Vista 2. I can't wait to see what that one is like. But anyway, guys, they are my favorite shoes of 2024. Can't wait for 2025, and we'll do this all again. Questions before we go. So it's going to be a new year. Should I start a new leaderboard and just have a leaderboard for 2025? But starting in December, so I'll also include the 1080 V14, or I'm going to include the Nova Blast, or should I just keep the historical one? So all the shoes that I've done a review on and tested and put a video out on, should I just keep that one big list? Just let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good holiday and a great Christmas, and we'll see you next time.